Greetings, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hoping that you can hear me okay. I'm not sure what that was, but the devil's a lie. We are not going to pass this opportunity up to go ahead and talk to the special guest that I have today. And hopefully, with her story and with her awesome testimony, it will encourage at least one person to go ahead and start that business, start that passion project, go ahead and start that side hustle. Because my guest has a testimony that is so encouraging to all. Her name is Trekabi Gaucher. Trekabi Gaucher was born in a small town of St. Petersburg, Florida. She faced many hardships, which drove her to focus on God. From drug-addicted parents to experiencing homelessness, these factors played a significant part in her reasons to strive for success. Being from a city where there are very few resources and little guidance, she has overcome what many have said she wouldn't. At the tender age of 10, Trekabi was moved around city to city and state to state, missing nearly 10 days of school at a time. She battled with trust issues because every time she got close to someone, it was time to move again. And this affected her in a major way, and she became antisocial. In 2006, she was finally settled. Trekabi moved with her older sister to start a new life. She experienced what it was like to live like a normal teenager with the guidance of her sister. She graduated from high school in 2008, and her first plan was college. She attended the great Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida, where she obtained her Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice. After college, she began a career in social work, which isn't surprising due to her strong passion to help others and the nature of her strong, hardworking, and reliable persona. Trekabi is a mother of two beautiful children, and she takes pride in being the best mother she can be. She's also a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, as well as the CEO of the Beauty Bar, a luxury salon located in the heart of Daytona Beach, in which she has tirelessly worked on while completing the cosmetology program at Daytona State College. Trekabi has a passion to inspire other women who face adversity and insecurities through beauty. In 2020, she enrolled in cosmetology school and paid for classes using her savings because she was so sure about the vision God gave her to be an inspiration to women. In 2021, she launched the Beauty Bar, offering hair extensions, a wide variety of beauty products and services, as well as a personal shopping experience, while inspiring self-confidence and well-being. Please welcome to the Buying Black Business Chat, my soror, Trekabi Gaucher. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. I'm hoping everyone can hear me all right. For some reason, it said something on here that it couldn't, but the devil's a lie because he's trying not to let us get this inspirational word out. So first of all, congratulations. First of all, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you are so welcome. And congratulations on the Beauty Bar. That is just amazing to be able to open up a brick and mortar at this time and age right now. So tell us the Beauty Bar experience. What can we go into your salon and find?
So the Beauty Bar is a luxury experience. I wanted to bring something different to the overall salon experience to change things, to take away the waiting for hours, to take away the dread in going to the salon, to actually wanting to go to the salon. I wanted it to be a clean, classy environment where women just want to go, to uplift each other instead of the gossiping. How can we
Mm.
pour into each other? How can I learn from you? How can you learn from me? Type of experience more than just about hair, So that was the main focus when God gave me the vision to do the beauty bar. That was my main focus, to make sure that someone is being inspired by me, or someone is inspiring me. So that was the biggest goal for the beauty bar.
Oh my goodness, I love that. And isn't that the truth? When we go to the salon, we are waiting. I mean, it's the whole day. So that's an awesome idea. And when God nudged you and gave you this vision, what were you doing at that time? Is that when you were doing social work? And did you already know how to do hair? How did it even come about?
So I was doing social work at the time, and I was in Georgia when it first came, and I'm like, no, like it was just too big. But I did at that time. I quit my job and I started back doing hair because I stopped doing hair for a very long time, and I quit
Okay.
my job and I started back doing hair, and I just thought it was just too big. So that's when I moved here and I got back into social work, and then it was on me so heavy to this time I couldn't ignore it. So I had to go for it. And that's how it came about.
Wow, that's amazing. And it is something when God is telling you to do something, you can't just say, no. He's going to keep on. It's going to be confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. Like, okay, I hear you, Lord, and I see that this is what you want me to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And how did you feel in the midst of a pandemic, knowing that God's on your side, you know that you're good, but sometimes you have those fearful feelings, especially opening up a new business anyway, pandemic or not,
Right.
um, a brick and mortar especially. So what were the feelings that you were going through that you had to overcome, and how did you do it?
So in the beginning, it was like, okay, it was kind of easy. It wasn't until the end when everything was pretty much done where it was like, oh no.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like,
Wow.
okay, now it's really real. Now it's really real. Now I'm gonna go from consistent pay to really stepping out there on faith. Now I'm gonna go from having a paycheck, to really just leaving it all and stepping out there. And being that I have two small children, I have bills and things like that. At the end, it kind of got a little bit scary. Like I'm like, but he didn't bring me this far,
Right,
So
right,
I had
right.
to like give myself pep talks and things like that. And it wasn't until I had a client and it was just confirmation. Like I said, I wanted to be able to pour into clients, or they pour into me. In this particular situation, it was a client that poured into me, and that was my first time servicing her. She didn't know me. She didn't know my story. But when she spoke about stepping out there on faith, it was just confirmation for me. So that very next day is when I put my notice in, and I just
Oh,
went for it.
oh my goodness. See, I love that. I love that. I love that. Wow. So you left social work and then you went to cosmetology school, or you were doing that all at the same time?
I was doing everything all at the same time. So I was parenting full time. I was in school full time. I was doing social work full time, from January 2020 up until November 2020. I was doing it all. I didn't finish school until November. So yeah, at that time I
Oh
was doing it
my
all.
oh my goodness, that's a lot. So what would you tell somebody, or how would you encourage somebody that wants to just open up a business? What encouraging words would you give them? Because I mean, that's a lot. I can't even imagine doing all that and opening up a brick and mortar, which is so much more extensive work to do compared to opening up, an online business, honestly,
I,
because the
I would
paperwork
just
that comes with it, the building, you know what I mean, the space and everything. So what advice can you give someone that's even thinking about opening up a brick and mortar or just a business in general?
to really write it down and make it plain. Like when I wrote everything down, I put dates. I put dates on it.
Ah,
Um, and most of those dates I had it done before the date even, got to. So I think just being organized and really putting dates on it puts pressure on you to really get it done, because it's easy to say
Okay.
that I'm going to do something, but if I don't have a date or a deadline, you know, it could be years.
Yeah.
Time, time is flying by, So it was really like putting the dates on it and really drawing out what I wanted, really spelling out what I wanted.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I love that. So who is your biggest mentor? Or do
I
you
think
have one? Or do you have like a business buddy? Or who is it that who is your go-to person to help you? Because, we pray to God and we have God, but then it's always like that one person that you could go to, flip-flop ideas with. Do you have that? Or
I don't. Like,
really?
I don't, not at this time. And I say that's what I really need. When I was starting, I went to Dr. Wilson.
Okay.
So me and him, we chatted a little bit, but
Yeah.
throughout the whole process, it's really just been like me and God, because he gave it to me. He gave it to me so clear. Um, it's
That
certain
you,
things that I just knew what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? But I did say, like, I need like a mentor, someone that's gonna keep me in check. Like,
yeah,
okay.
exactly, exactly. Now, do you have entrepreneurs in your family or anybody else that you have,
I
wow.
don't. I don't. Like, in my family, I'm the very first to do a lot. I'm the first to graduate college. I'm the first to do a lot in my family. So I really just feel like God is using me to set a new tone for my family, for my younger cousins, for my children.
Oh,
These are things we didn't see growing up. So I really feel like God is using me to set the tone.
definitely. Using you as the example, using you as, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, what type of resources did you use or do you encourage people to use? Like some people have Pinterest or Facebook groups or taking courses on like entrepreneurship or owning a salon, things like that. Anything?
I was doing a lot of Google.
Google, yeah, Google University and
I
YouTube University.
I cut out social media for 7 months. So from
Okay,
January to July of last year, I cut out social media, and I was just Googling stuff, just Googling everything. And there was things that I messed up on, but it just all worked out. It,
yeah,
it all worked out.
learning curve.
Some
Yeah,
things I did out of order, but it all came together so beautiful.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me, why is it that you cut out social media? Do you think it was distracting, or do you think that it was negative, or what was that reason?
I think at that time it was distracting, and I know that I had an assignment. I had something I needed to do. So instead of being on social media scrolling, I could be researching this. I could be doing this. I could, find paint anything.
Yeah,
So I knew that I had to let go of something. I had to make a sacrifice. So
de-
that's what that was about.
definitely. And did you knew from that time to that time that you were going to cut out social media and you had because I love how you said you wrote everything out, made it plain, and put dates on it. That just holds you accountable. So actually, you're your own business buddy, I see, because that's what a business buddy would do. Like, look, you said on this date you would do this. What's going on? So yeah,
No,
I
I
love.
didn't. I didn't know how long I was going to be off social media. When I started, it was December 31st, 2019. And I just said I was going to stay off social media until I completed half of my goals. So that
Mm,
took from December 31st to July. And my goals included the beauty bar, having a building, website, things like that. So I knew I wasn't going to get back on until I completed half of that list.
that's good. So what else are you going to do? Because where do you see the beauty bar in 10 years? I could just tell that your mind is elevated. So I know there's more. What else do you have going
I,
on?
I really see different locations. My ultimate goal is to have a beauty school. So like I went to Daytona State, it would be the beauty school, something of that nature,
Yeah,
and just have different salons throughout the country. Um, I just really want to change the tone of things. Like, I get input from my clients, things that they didn't like with previous salons, previous stylists, and I really want to change that. I really want to change that. I like to say that I'm a little impatient. So if my appointment is at 2 o'clock, I expect at least by 2:05 to be serviced by that time. So I really want to change that.
That's awesome. So you offer extensions. I've seen braids because it's
Yes.
summertime it's about to come upon us. So braids is big. And what else can you get there
We also have
at the beauty bar?
eyelash extensions. We also have a makeup artist there that's doing makeup, and she's going to start offering individual eyelash extensions as well. You
Okay.
can purchase extensions. Um,
Okay. So that's
yeah,
what it, I was going to ask. What do you mean by products? So you can purchase extensions for people to put
yes,
it in themselves.
yes,
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. I could see this being a big thing. Now, I saw on your page that you're doing a
yes,
vision board party. Is that correct?
yes.
Tell us about that.
So we have the vision board party coming on this Sunday. Just basically inspiring each other, trying to be a motivation to each other, talking about um, business startup, talking about business credit, talking about personal credit. These are things that I didn't know. These are things that I was researching during those 7 months that I wasn't on social media. And I learned so much. People will tell you, pay this person to do this for your credit, when really I just learned some things and I did some things myself and it worked
Yeah,
out. So I just want
yeah,
to be able to give other individuals that knowledge. Society make us feel like some things are not in our reach, and
yep.
really is right, it's right there. So I just want to give some knowledge, some things that I know, and just plan out our year, show them how I plan things out, wrote dates down, and just execute it.
I love that. I love that. Is it too late to join? And
No.
how would somebody? It's not too late. Okay. And how would somebody get in touch?
So
We
they
have
would.
your Instagram account.
Yes.
So can they go there and get more information and sign up? Is it a fee for the tickets to get in?
They would be able to go to our Instagram page and send us a message, and we'll forward them the link to Eventbrite. And the tickets are $25. But we're
Oh,
going
that's
to have music, we're going to have food, we're going to have complimentary drinks, we're going to have all the supplies that you need for your vision board. So it's going to be a good event.
okay. So I don't even have to bring the actual vision board, my board or anything. You'll
No.
have that.
Yes.
Wow, it's amazing. Okay. Oh my goodness, I love that. I wish I could go. Is this Sunday? You say?
Yes.
Because I didn't know it was coming up. But we'll have more, right?
We'll have more events. We'll have more events. The next event is going to be it's basically going to be for single moms. It's going to be moms and mimosas. So
Oh,
we're gonna select a couple of different people out of the community, single moms, and
okay.
do like transformations, makeovers, makeup, hair, things like that, and provide them with brunch and just give them information and resources as well.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, you got to tell me about that because I can't help with the photography. So if
Okay.
you don't have a photographer already, I don't know. So
No,
yeah,
I don't.
we'll okay, we'll talk. I don't want to step. We'll talk. That's awesome, and I love that. Oh my goodness! Now I didn't even know that part, and that the vision board was even about all that. But I love the fact that you already are encouraging pulling another one up that will help you because so many times, especially us being Black women, people don't want to share their information on how they did something, how they got started, how they keep going, how they stay encouraged. They don't want to share. So that is, I applaud you that you are sharing and getting the message out to people that they can do it and use their resources
Right.
because so many times we do have to pay to get your foot in the door. You have to pay other people to do it for you, but
Right.
we should all know how to do it ourselves, and if you have the money to do so, have somebody pay, but you need to know how to do it too.
Exactly. And that's where my trust come in, because I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to give this person my information. So let me figure out how to do it. And if I just absolutely don't know how to do it, then maybe I will do that. But it's so
Right.
much stuff that we can do on our own. We
It is.
just have to really make the time and want to do it. So
Yes, yes, yes. So what do your kids think about? the beauty bar? What did they think? And what did your family even think when you said, okay, I'm going to quit my job in social work and I'm going to open up a salon?
So I really
How,
didn't tell anyone that I was going to quit my job. This is my second time actually talking about that I quit my job.
really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
the first time when I was in Georgia, I quit my job and I talked about it, and um, people will say things, because of how they feel or
Yeah.
how they faith is set up,
Yep.
and that's not my faith, so
Right.
I had someone make a comment that stuck with me, and she said, girl, don't quit your job, you have kids, and sitting here now, had I not, I don't know what's on the other side of that. I can always go back and get a job. I thank God for my degree. I can always go back and get a job, but I can't always say that I stepped out on faith. I started a business. So this
Right.
time, I just did things a little bit different. I didn't tell anyone. My last day at my job was January 4th, and then the grand opening was January 9th.
Wow.
Um,
Oh my
so
goodness.
I just did things a little bit
Wow.
differently. So
Yeah.
um, this is my first time actually talking about it. But my kids, they are just like so happy. It was so many tears, so many nights, because being so working and then school, it was all day. Mommy is
Oh,
gone all day. So, I'm crying, like, I'm so sorry, like I haven't been able to do this with you guys, do that with you guys. And they will encourage me, like, mommy, you are almost done. You're almost done. So they are a motivation and inspiration to me. And just to see my daughter, she's so
oh,
eager to get a sale at the beauty bar. They're so eager.
oh,
Mommy, are we going to your salon? It's a big deal. It's really a big
oh.
deal just to be able to
Oh,
expose
yeah, that's
to something different. I didn't have
yes.
that. So it's
Right.
major. It's major, and it's sometimes
That
it's
is,
I'm still like shocked. Like I'll sit in there like, oh my god, like I really did this. Because it's still very new.
yes,
It's only been just a little bit over 30 days, so it's still brand new, really.
it is.
But everything that I envision is everything. And I know there's so much more. This is just the beginning. So
I
I'm
agree
super
with that.
excited.
I agree with that. And I'm so excited for you because I could just see, like, that's why I had to ask that question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Because I can see so much more and I can see your enthusiasm and how encouraged you stay. And it's so surprising that you don't have a mentor that's helping you through this. And that's amazing. So you are set up to be the mentor for somebody else. And that is for sure. So I'm trying to look at the chat to see if anybody's asking any questions. If you guys have a question, please let us know and put it in the chat because I just love your testimony and your story. And it has just been amazing. Let's see. We are at 8:25. We have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
First, I want everybody to know where they can connect with you online. We have there the Beauty Bar on Instagram and your website, which is thebeautybarsalon.com. And that's beauty, BEAUTE, barsalon.com. So if anyone is interested in either the vision board party or just getting your hair done, getting some lashes done,
Yes.
yes, please go ahead and reach out and make an appointment. And where are you located exactly?
So the address is 948 West International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Awesome. So that is right in the heart of Daytona Beach. And it's so nice that you came back to where you went to college to give back and everything. So
And
this is
I
the time I want to go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, like, when I was writing things down, I wrote it down. So I wrote building and I wrote International Speedway. So I didn't know where it
Oh,
was going to be on International Speedway, but I knew it was going to be on International
gonna
Speedway.
be on International Speedway.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just how everything
Wow.
happened. And the salon, it was already set up to be a salon. It already had the bar. It was just nobody but God.
Right, exactly. So did you already have your name, the beauty bar?
Yes.
Are you? So yeah, so that was God all the way. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Yes. Oh my goodness. So, God talks to us in so many different ways. How was he speaking to you? Was it through people, in dreams, or just in,
It
your thoughts?
it was my thoughts and my feelings.
Okay.
It was a feeling that I could not ignore. I could
Right.
not shake this feeling. I would go to work and I can't shake it. So I would just take a break and start researching
Right.
business stuff. This, like, the first time I shook it. This time I
Right.
could not. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Wow. Wow. So that means you have so much in store, especially just the inspiration. God needs you out here. So people, when God is talking to you, um, listen, because just like you said, you can't shake it off. You could try to, but he's going to keep coming at you every which way until you just do it,
He made it so uncomfortable. Like, I wrote a date down that I wrote a date down that I needed to be gone from my job, and I exceeded that by 30 days because I'm like, I got scared during that time. I really was. It was a big decision to make,
It was.
um and he was on me. He was on me so heavy. I could not shake it. So when I had that client and it was just that confirmation, it gave me a sense of calmness, like, go ahead. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Supposed to be
Go
doing.
ahead and do it. And that was the confirmation that I needed.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. And there is somebody that says something, Mr. Janet. She says, "This is such a blessing for my daughter and I was just discussing something like this. Will you mentor?"
Absolutely.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Everything fell in place for it was God sent, and that is so true. And when things come into place like that, it had a bar in there, had a salon in there already. That is God sent. You already know, and that's your confirmation. But it's so good to know also that God talks to people in so many different ways. And sometimes, if you keep saying no, people, God will give you your vision to somebody else
Yeah,
for them to do it. So I'm so glad that you stayed on it and you were obedient and you listened. But I have heard that too. God will stay on you and stay on you, nudging you to do something. But if you keep saying no, he will give it to somebody else. So you don't want that. And I've heard some people say, like, my exact, almost to the T vision that they know God had given them, but they kept denying, was implanted in somebody else, and they did the same exact thing. And it was unbelievable. And they knew what had happened. So we don't want that to happen. We are obedient. Say,
exactly. He was
yes.
on me. Like, you ever heard white on rice? Like, he was on me. I could not sleep sometimes. I had to get up and just start writing. Something
Wow.
will come to me. I'll just write it. Like, how the beauty bar look, I drew that out. So I
Wow.
have a piece of paper where I drew it out, where the mirrors would be,
Where the
where
mirrors.
each chair would be. I
Wow.
drew it all out, like, and these are things that just kept coming to me. I could not ignore it. I could not shake it. I had to get up and be obedient. So I'm just glad I did listen, because it's a big deal. Like, I didn't have anyone to really go to and say, how do you do this? How do you do that?
Right.
I messed up a lot along the way, and I'm still learning,
Yeah.
but I'm just glad that I didn't let that stop me from getting the job done.
Right. Right. And the fact that you kept it to yourself, that part is just amazing to me because I'm like, okay, yes, God talks to you and you talk to God and you share things, but to not have like that business bestie buddy person to like, okay, what do you think about this? And, I'm getting ready to do this. That is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't tell
That
anyone I was in
is
school for a long time. Like, I had been in school for maybe 7 months before
wow.
I really even shared that I was in school.
Wow.
Um, I just I just really wanted to be obedient. I really wanted to listen, and I really wanted to see this thing out, because sometimes we have a habit of telling people certain things, and then they give us advice not knowing that they could deter us.
Yeah.
So I really didn't want that.
Right. That's why I asked, what did your family say? Because, sometimes family, they mean well, they love you, but they want to keep you safe and they, want to keep you I guess, in a complacent state where you're basically safe. But God wants us to go ahead and have abundance and have all that He wants us to have everything that He has for us. And we can't really get that unless we take a little bit of risk sometimes and just believe
Exactly.
in Him and take that leap of faith. And
Exactly.
yeah, and trust Him. And the thing is too, so many, somebody told me this a couple years ago, there are so many ideas and dreams buried in the cemetery. And I'm like, and I had to think about that, like, oh, that's so true. And there was a study where they were asking people that were, terminal, what is their biggest regret? And their biggest regret was not following their dreams, not spending enough time with their family, always working for somebody else, not opening that business and things like that. And who wants to live like that? You know what I mean? And, on their deathbed, knowing that this is almost it, and just think back like, I didn't do what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I
Uh-uh.
can't. I,
So,
c- I can't even imagine.
right.
I don't want to.
Right, not at all. So before we wrap up, I do want to go over these rapid fire questions because we are getting to know you and we just want to know some little quirky things, not even quirky, but some things about you. So rapid fire lightning questions are just simple questions that I'm going to ask you, and you tell me what comes to your mind first. So first one is coffee or tea? Which one do you
Tea.
prefer?
Tea.
Tea, awesome. Okay. Texting, talking, or email?
Talking.
Talking, okay. Do you tend to speak more or listen more?
Listen more.
Okay, awesome. Do you feel like you're easygoing or somewhat dramatic?
I would say a little bit of both.
Right, I was gonna say depends on the situation.
Right.
Do you have a nickname that your friends or family call you?
My friends call me Ghost Shade. They call me by my last name.
Okay, okay. And what gives you the greatest joy?
My children.
Oh, of course. And who inspires you?
I would have to say my sister, my oldest sister.
Yes, yes. That's the one you lived with.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome,
Mhm.
awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad to talk to you, and I'm so glad that someone's already reaching out to you. You are an inspiration to many, and we even prayed beforehand that you inspire somebody. And I already told you, inspired me, so you inspire somebody else. And I do have one question here. Tangela asked, "Do you specialize in natural hair?"
Yes.
Yes, awesome. So there's somebody else that's going to reach out. So awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show. I enjoyed this so much. And if you see anything else, I don't see anything else in the chat. So thank you everybody for tuning in. This was Buying Black, the business chat with Kim Stewart. Tune in next week. And thank you so much, Trikobi. I love
Thank
this.
you. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.